Hi guys, welcome to math this morning. Hopefully you have page 35 ready to work on there. It says lesson 6 problem set at the top, so pause this if you need to and be ready to follow with us. All right, let's jump right in looking at fractions. And we've done a lot of like 1/3, 1/4, 1/5. On today's we're looking when it's more than one, like 2/3. So we're going to break these fractions apart and then shade them in. So if we look at A, it says 3/4. So fourths is the number that we're breaking it into. So for fourths, remember, we're going to split it in half and then split each half in half. We look at 3/4, shade in the first three like that. Okay. Then we're going to write the fraction next to it like it's done there. So we have the 3 on top, the 4 on the bottom. Some of us keep flipping those. We want to have the total number of parts on the bottom on the denominator there. All right, B, 3/7. Seventh, there's no trick to it. We're just going to kind of eyeball it as we go. And we want 7 parts there. Mine ended up a little smaller at the end than at the beginning, so it's not perfect, but as long as we have the right idea. I'm going to shade in 3 of those. Then write my fraction. I got my 3 on top, 7 as my denominator. At any point, if you need to pause the video to catch up, you're totally good to do that. Let's look at C, 4/5. So again, we're breaking it into one where there's no easy trick. Fifths is going to be a little bit bigger than the sevenths. So I know that can kind of help me as I look at the one above it. And that one ended up pretty equal for me. So we got 4/5. We're going to shade in 4 out of those 5. 4/5. All right, D, 2/6. Now 6 we do have a little trick. We can split it in half. And we can break each of those into thirds. And then that ends up being 3 and 3, which equals 6. So I have my 6 equal parts there. So whenever you can do a trick like that, do it. It'll help you to get them more equally spaced out. And then our fraction, 2/6. Okay. Moving on to number 2. Mr. Stevens bought 8 liters of soda for a party. His guests drank 1 liter. What fraction of the soda did his guests drink? All right, so the best way we're going to do this one is to set up a fraction bar, which is going to be a rectangle. And I'm going to break that one. He said he bought 8 liters, so I'm going to break it into 8 equal parts. So I split it in half, split each half in half, so now I have 4. I split each of those in half, and then I'm going to go from 4 to 8. Okay. His guests drank 1 liter, so I'm going to shade in the first one there. So they drank 1. There was a total of 8, so the fraction, they drank 1/8. What fraction of the soda was left? So now we're counting how many are unshaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 unshaded. There's still 8 total. So notice both of these fractions have the 8s because there's still 8 total. 1, the guest drink, and 7 they did not. So 7/8. All right, we're going to flip this one to the back side. We're filling out this chart here. First one's done for us. So we're filling in total number of equal parts is 4. Total number of shaded, 3. The unit fraction is 1/4. And then the fraction shaded is 3/4. All right, so let's go ahead and move to A. See if you can count them with me, the total number of parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 parts. We're going to get the total number of shaded parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The unit fraction is always going to be just how many parts is it broken into. So the unit fraction is going to be 1/9. Our fraction shaded, we already know there's 5 shaded. There's 9 total. So it's going to be 5/9. 5/9. So we're going to continue this pattern on these next ones. So on B, count the equal parts with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shaded parts, 1, 2, 3. My unit fraction, all these are going to have the 1 on top, 1/7. And then the fraction shaded, 3/7. All right, now, next one, C, counting my parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of shaded parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Unit fraction, 1/5. Fraction shaded, 1, 2, 3, 4, we already know out of the 5, so 4/5. Total number of parts on D, count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shaded parts, 1, 2. So my unit fraction is 1/6. And then the fraction that I'm writing for the amount shaded, 2/6. All right, last one. This one does look a little bit different. Equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shaded parts. All of them were shaded, so that means 8 of them were shaded. My unit fraction is still 1/8. Then my fraction shaded, I take all 8 shaded parts, and there's 8 total, so it ends up being 8/8, which is the same as one whole shape. All right. Again, if I went too fast, it's always a little bit harder to do it when I'm by myself like this. But you're welcome to pause that. But hopefully once you saw the pattern, you were able to get it. And go ahead and complete that page as your math today. Nice job.